Have you ever noticed that the people who change their lives are rarely the people who feel motivated every single day? They are the ones who move when their emotions say stop. They are the ones who trust God enough to take action even in fear, exhaustion, and uncertainty. Because faith was never meant to make you comfortable. It was meant to make you courageous. Right now, millions of people are praying for change while remaining trapped in hesitation, doubt, and excuses. But the truth is this: God cannot guide a person who refuses to move. In this message, you will discover why discipline is a spiritual weapon, why action creates strength, and how to break the cycle of waiting that keeps most people powerless. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear can completely change the way you fight for your purpose, your future, and your destiny. Action creates motivation. Most people spend their lives waiting to feel ready before they move, and that is exactly why they stay stuck. They think motivation is supposed to arrive first, like some magical force that suddenly gives them energy, confidence, and certainty. But that is not how transformation works. The truth is that action comes first. The moment you move, your mind changes. The moment you take that first step, energy begins to rise. Confidence is not built by thinking about success. It is built by taking action in the middle of fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. Every powerful person understands this. They do not wait for emotion to push them forward. They train themselves to move, regardless of how they feel. Once you create movement, momentum takes over, and momentum creates belief. Discipline beats emotion. Emotions are unstable. One day you feel unstoppable. The next day you feel tired, distracted, and weak. If your life is controlled by emotion, your results will always be inconsistent. Real power comes when you stop obeying temporary feelings and start obeying your standards. Discipline is the ability to execute even when your emotions are fighting against you. It is waking up early when your body wants comfort. It is staying focused when distractions are everywhere. It is continuing when progress is slow and nobody is applauding you. That is what separates winners from everyone else. Winners understand that emotions cannot be trusted, but discipline can. Discipline keeps you moving when motivation disappears. Discipline forces growth when comfort tries to hold you back. And the people who master discipline eventually build a life that emotional people only dream about. Move before you're ready. That is the habit that separates people who create extraordinary lives from people who spend years trapped in hesitation. Most individuals want certainty before they take action. They want guarantees, perfect timing, and complete confidence before they make a move. But certainty never comes first. Growth begins the moment you step into uncertainty. The people who change their lives are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear control their decisions. They understand that waiting too long becomes dangerous. Every day spent overthinking weakens courage and strengthens doubt. The longer you hesitate, the more excuses your mind creates to keep you comfortable. But when you move before you feel ready, something powerful happens. You discover strength you did not know you had. You build resilience through action. You train your mind to adapt instead of retreat. Confidence is earned through movement, not preparation alone. Every successful person you admire once stood at the edge of uncertainty and decided to move anyway. Excuses destroy destiny. Every excuse sounds reasonable in the moment, but over time those excuses become chains that keep people trapped in average lives. People blame their past, their circumstances, their lack of time, their lack of support, or their fear of failure. But excuses never create progress. They only create delay. Every time you justify inaction, you teach yourself to accept weakness. You begin lowering your standards without even realizing it. The most dangerous thing about excuses is that they feel comfortable. They protect you from temporary discomfort while silently stealing your future. Winners understand that responsibility is power. The moment you stop making excuses, you take control of your life again. You stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating results with what you already have. The people who achieve greatness are not always the most talented, but they are often the ones who refuse to let excuses become stronger than their vision. Winners act anyway. They do not wait for perfect conditions, unlimited confidence, or the guarantee of success before they move forward. While most people hesitate, overthink, and allow fear to control their decisions, winners understand that action is the only path to growth. They move even when they feel uncertain. They keep going even when results are slow. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. Every time they push through resistance, they strengthen their mindset and build the resilience required to succeed at a higher level. Action becomes their habit, and that habit separates them from people who spend their lives trapped in hesitation. Comfort kills greatness. The moment you become addicted to comfort, your potential begins to disappear. Growth cannot exist where comfort dominates. Every breakthrough requires struggle, pressure, sacrifice, and discipline. But most people choose what feels easy instead of what creates progress. They avoid challenges, avoid risk, and avoid discomfort, not realizing that comfort slowly destroys ambition. Greatness demands that you step into difficult situations again and again until your limits expand. The strongest people are built through pressure, not convenience. When you learn to embrace discomfort instead of running from it, you unlock a version of yourself that average people never discover. Consistency builds power. Success is never created through random bursts of motivation or temporary effort. Real strength is built through repeated action, day after day, especially when you do not feel like continuing. Every small action repeated with discipline strengthens your mindset and builds momentum that compounds over time. Most people quit too early because they underestimate the power of consistency. They want immediate results, and when progress feels slow, they stop. But winners understand that small disciplined actions eventually create massive transformation. Stop waiting. Start moving. The longer you wait for the perfect moment, the more opportunities disappear. Fear grows stronger when action is delayed. Movement creates clarity, confidence, and momentum. Even imperfect action is more powerful than endless hesitation because progress only belongs to those who are willing to move before they feel completely ready. Your standards define you. Every action you tolerate, every excuse you accept, and every habit you repeat shapes the person you become. When your standards are low, your life reflects weakness, inconsistency, and regret. But when you demand more from yourself, your behavior changes. Momentum changes everything. The moment you build momentum through consistent action, your mindset begins to shift. Small wins create confidence, confidence creates belief, and belief pushes you to keep moving forward even when challenges appear. Momentum turns discipline into power and action into transformation. You have a choice to make right now. You can continue waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for life to suddenly become easier, or you can become the person who acts regardless of fear, emotion, or uncertainty. Because the truth is brutal. Every day you hesitate, your potential fades a little more. Winners are not built by comfort. They are built by discipline, action, and the decision to move when everything inside them says stop. The moment you stop depending on motivation and start depending on standards, your entire life changes. Thank you for watching Alpha Motivation World. If this message challenged you to think differently, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share your commitment in the comments below. Tell yourself the truth about where you've been holding back and decide today that waiting ends now. Stay ready for the next motivational speech because your future will always belong to the person strong enough to take action before the world gives them permission.